All right. Hello and welcome back. We just finished episode 40, I believe. 41. We did 40 already. Of the Pokemon Horizons anime. We are still catching up. We're going to try and catch up because they have finally announced the third arc, surprisingly, of the Pokemon Horizons anime. We'll probably talk about that a little bit more a little down the road in a couple weeks. But we are going to try and get fully caught up with the end of the second arc before the third arc starts. Currently, today, our time. This you won't see this for another good while, but today I'm probably gonna upload the episode 40 review. Before we get too far into it, we're gonna open a pack. I got Water Energy, we got Mastiff, Spupa, Metatite, Energy. Was this Energy Search? My Bostiff, Oinkologne, Spiritomb, Florigato. It's too early for a Florigato, right? Okay, we got Tarantula and Palmont.
Palmont. We love Palmont.
All right.
Who doesn't love Palmont, right? So we're gonna also start with a water energy. Then we
Okay.
have a Clobbopus.
I want to get a
We
little
have
closer there.
we'll get there we go. That's better. We have Varoom, Frigibax,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't too bad. We have Mastiff to go with your Mabistiff. Grappalot to go with the Clobbopus we just got. We have Iono. We have Kilo Watro. I believe I got the hollow version of this last time. We have an ugly shiny Mankey. Yuck. No one likes shiny Mankey. Skip over that.
Oh,
We
that's
have Magmar, and we finish with Xatu, which actually has some pretty cool looking art there, if I do say so myself.
let's get a closer with
Super
that
Cycle.
shiny Winky.
Let's see here.
I like shiny
I
Winky.
mean, it's
Oh
it's
yeah,
not too bad. It doesn't look horrible, but I just don't like the weird pale green color that it turns.
yeah, and then
Yucky.
yeah, I actually transferred my Primate recently. I don't know if I transferred it into my game yet, but I'm gonna evolve into an Annihilate, so I have a shiny Annihilate. I don't really know what color it is though.
What, Annihilate? It's like instead of being gray, it's like blue, like a dark blue,
Ah, yeah, I
kind of.
recognize it now. Yeah. All right. So this is another really great episode because we are big Dot fans. In this episode, we meet her mom Blanca as she comes here to announce that the trial period for Dot joining the Rising Volteckers has now expired. And put my switch on the charger there. I'm still shiny hunting. And just like when Dot used to be home, she doesn't really communicate that well with her mom, so this episode focuses on that relationship and serves as a big marker as to Dot's growth. Darren, what was your favorite part of this episode?
I like the little flashback scene of her actually meeting
Meeting
Freed,
Freed, yeah.
which was fun because she's like, oh, maybe she was like down in the dumps watching an Iono stream. Iono saw her comment and gave her a little bit of inspiration to keep pushing forward with her solving her issues. And then she goes downstairs to get a little snack, and Freed is just sitting there on the
Freed's
couch.
just laying on the couch, just bumming it
And
as
what do
usual.
you say? He wants her to because he goes around the world like looking at
Yeah,
Pokemon
he
and
is a
researching,
Pokemon
and he wanted
professor
it. Yeah, and he wanted an app made. I
for his
don't.
team, which
Yeah,
we've seen them use before. I mean,
yeah,
it's just like a group call, like group share app. I think. I don't think they actually do anything crazy with it. I don't. I know we've seen it before. I just don't really remember what specifically. I think the Rising Volteckers app is just an app that you install on your phone, and then whatever the app does is whatever the app does. But like having that app is what Freed means. It's like the bond, like something special for everybody.
yeah.
You can't just install it off the app store, pretty much. So yeah, Dot obviously is their informant. She is their net girl. She's the one that goes around online and searches information for them. And like you said, she meets Freed just randomly laying on the couch in her house. And by that point, I think he's already gotten Murdoch to join up. So in terms of flashbacks, this is after he's met Captain Pikachu. This is after he starts on the Brave Asagi with what's his name? Ludlock? I always forget his name.
Yeah, Ludlow,
Lutlow,
the
there we go, yeah.
fisherman.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
He has such an interesting name. He's in the next episode. We'll get to it later. Um with Lutlow, and he has Murdoch, and at this point he also has what's your girl's name? Oreo. There we go. So that's the crew. We don't know if they picked up Molly yet, but this is after that. I'm assuming because of how deep it is into Dot going onto the ship as well as it being a trial period, we could probably surmise that this is like maybe a few months, maybe a year or two before the events of Horizons
Yeah, because I
at
was
the
about to
most.
ask. I was like, how long could it have been? Because it could have been like a long trial period,
Maybe, yeah,
like you
maybe a
said.
few months to a year at
Yeah.
most. And Blanca's like, yeah, you know what? I think the trial runs on it. And props to her for just giving her daughter that leash. Obviously, she's super extroverted. We learned that she cannot stop talking. She's very invasive to the point where Dot really just doesn't know how to communicate with her. So, of course, in typical anime fashion, she's like, let's have a battle. And as soon as they start battling, the mental switch for both of them gets flipped, and they just start talking about their feelings, which is great. And we have a nice little battle scene, and Quaxley learns low kick to
Yes.
end the fight. We also learn that counter does not protect the whole body at once. You can do like a little fake attack and attack a different point. I guess the way that counter works in the Pokemon anime is that you get a point of focus on that area, and then once you take that hit, you go ahead and you try and dish it back. Or perhaps after taking the hit, trying to dish it back leaves you open to another attack. Similar to like a bide situation where you're just storing energy. But yeah, I mean, we really like Dot. She talks a lot about her growth, and she is now formally joining the Rising Volteckers, as opposed to before when she was technically on a trial run this whole time. But now that she's a trainer, now she's got all of her mons, and she's dedicated to her friends and the team a lot more than before Liko and Roy joined up. It's safe to say that we're looking good heading into the third arc. Speaking of Darian, with this episode informing us we saw Dot on the poster for the third arc. What do you think Dot's gonna do in that third arc? Because obviously they're there to train to do the Triassic phenomenon. Do you anticipate her doing any sort of battling? Obviously she's gonna eventually, right? What do you think Dot's goals are gonna look like going into that third
Yeah.
arc?
I know. I love how you mentioned the battle because I love at the beginning of the mom's battle. She's like, I see this is kind of pointless, but sees Quaxley doing it. So if she sees that battle as pointless, I can't wait for her to meet Nimona, who
Yeah,
just wants to
no,
battle at the
no,
drop of a hat
Namona.
every single second.
Yeah, Namona's gonna
Another
go.
quick thing, I love the reaction her mom gave after she won the battle. She's like, I was hoping you'd do so. I like she's acknowledging her growth as a person because
Yep.
you know how she is. But um, I don't really know what they're gonna try and teach her. Thinking about because usually it's just a normal academy. You think of the
Yeah.
classes in Scarlet Violet, you have assuming they're going to be in the battle studies to learn more about terrestrialization, history, maybe.
Hmm.
But
Dot
I
might
don't
get.
know.
I could see her
No,
getting interested in Area Zero.
looking at her character and her personality, maybe she joins Team Star. Who knows?
Oh,
She seems like the type to
could
get
you imagine?
bullied and picked
Just
on,
meets Penny
just
and
because of
joins Team Star. I would love a whole episode where she's just like, "Yeah, I know, I'm with these guys now. These guys
yeah.
get me," and
She
then
seems like one of those characters definitely that's like stands out that someone would like because you have Penny being pretty quiet and reserved
yeah,
and
I could see
everyone
Penny
else having their
hyping her
quirks
up.
about them.
Yeah, I can see Penny
Yeah,
hyping her up, and she just gets like, "Oh yeah, we're doing this. We're doing the whole Team Star thing." Yeah, I hope they adapt the Team Star line.
yeah.
We'll see, because we did see in the poster that they have some of the gym leaders. They have the Elite Four in the back, which is kind of. I mean, we've played the game, so it's not that big of a spoiler, but it's kind of a spoiler having Larry have that sort of line. But they're probably not going to battle Larry a first time in the anime. If they do
No,
battle
probably
him or
won't.
see him, it's
Yeah.
probably going to be as member of the Elite Four. I'm also really looking forward to seeing a more fleshed out lifestyle for some of these characters because of course we know Larry has like a job apparently, but we don't really know too much in detail about what his day-to-day life is. Does he just work for the league? Does he do a bunch of like grunt work for the league, paperwork, all that stuff, or is he just some salary man that also just happens to be really really good at battling when he puts his mind to it? So we'll see. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of cool characters there. I honestly think it might be cool if Dot gets more interested in Area Zero
Yeah,
because that
with
is
the
that is a really
mystery. Yeah,
big mystery, and they are trying to get to Rakua, and that's probably what Rakua details. We also haven't seen Koraidon or Miraidon yet in the anime, so we'll see if we get some of that in the third arc as well.
yeah. It'd be interesting to see what their connection is with the major six Pokemon that were used and they are hunting down because if Rockaway is having anything to do with Area Zero, Koraidon, Miraidon are obviously really big parts of it. So
Yeah, and
It'd be interesting when they come in.
we saw Nomona. Nomona is a game exclusive character, so for her to be in the anime, I mean, we hinted maybe Penny would be in the anime, and if Arvin is in the anime, then that will definitely bring things closer to the professors from the games and all that. We talked about this in length when we started the podcast. We are definitely looking forward to that next arc, and the only reason why I bring it up now is because Dot just hit a very big personal growth moment, and so seeing her in the poster for the third arc and seeing the fact that she's now officially a member of the Vault Techers, maybe she'll be more resolved, even though she'll probably still remain fairly reserved. I'm looking forward to seeing what she does once they actually get out of the ship and she gets to start a proper adventure with the rest of them at the school. So yeah, those are our thoughts on Pokemon Horizons episode 41, as well as a little bit into the future. Anything else to add, Darian?
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna try and get through the next episode before Darian has to go off to work. And so until we see you guys again, hope you take care. So bye, Darian.
See ya.